everyone, this is Brett. It's been a long time since I've done a video, 2 whole weeks. I'm here in Denver at the beautiful Westin Hotel, and I was supposed to be in Phoenix, so I'm going to share with you a little bit about my job, where I'm at, some of the changes at work, some of my beauty products. Let's see what did I bring with me? I brought my Avon and new cleansing cream. Oh, okay. I am obsessed with this stuff. It smells like heaven, and I'm going to use this to take off my makeup. Oh, it's like, it smells better than anything. It's a light fragrance, but I love it. I'll use that to remove all my makeup. And then what else do I have in here? Oh, I travel with my Nutura cream. I travel with a deodorant ball from Secret. I love these because they're easy to travel with. These are great. I have some CeraVe eye cream because I ran out of my Avon and I had this from before, and they make great products, CeraVe. I have some toothpaste. This is my minimalist beauty travel kit. This is full of Avon Clear Skin Toner, which I love. It's one of their best-selling products of all time. Like, they have certain classic products. I put it in this little travel bottle, but this stuff has salicylic acid in it, which you all know helps keep your pores clear, and it also reduces wrinkles because it's a sluffer. So if you're using any kind of cream, it'll definitely any kind of cream you use will definitely sink into your skin better if you exfoliate. Oh, and of course saline and a couple of tooth cleaners. So this is my, and I have some Frizzy's finishing cream for when I blow dry my hair if I don't wear it curly. So this is my total minimum beauty routine that I carry with me. And so I'm gonna wash my face now, and we'll talk again in the morning when I wake up. Hello everyone, good morning. This is Brett, and it's Saturday, not Sunday, and welcome to Boss Life Beauty. Today I'm having a coffee chat with you this morning because I haven't done a video in 2 weeks, and I wanted to talk a little bit about why that was and what is going on. Okay, number one, my job is getting really crazy. I work for a major legacy airline, and we have merged with another major legacy airline, as all airlines have done in the last few years. And October 1st is the first day that all the flight attendants will be flying together. We got our contract a couple years ago, but it's taken them almost, I don't know, 8 years to get us all working together. It's been quite a huge process, and it's been very, very intense and grueling, but basically we've all been flying separately. We don't fly on each other's aircraft, but we do fly under one big umbrella of a company with the same name and the same uniform. So October 1st, not only do we have the stressors of all of a sudden flying with each other because we don't know each other, and our work rules and our work cultures were very, very different, which is going to be extremely stressful. But a lot of our rules have changed at work as well. Okay. And a lot of our rules have changed. We have a new contract that was not implemented and could not be implemented until this October 1st date. So I have been under an enormous amount of stress. I can't sleep at night. It's an overwhelming amount of information that we have to know. It's going to change how we work. It's going to affect our work lifestyle. And on top of all this, during the same month that we have this merger, I have my flight attendant recurring qualification. Every year, flight attendants have to be retested and recertified to be able to evacuate an airplane, save a life, know everything about the airplanes. We have to do all of these online modules on our computers, which takes about 5 or 6 hours of time that we're not paid for. And then on top of that, we have to go in and spend 2 days proving to the company that we can continue to do this job, which is great for you as a passenger because we're really qualified to make sure that everyone is safe and happy on the airplane. The downside is it's a lot going on with all this other stuff. And then the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae for me is when I put my bids in for the October bid month, I have gone back down on reserve. Now, it's a different reserve than we had with Continental, but here's the thing. I've already done 5.5 years of straight, really hard reserve, and I blame my reserve tenure as part of the reason that I got my autoimmune illness. There needs to be a couple things in place, right? It has to be lifestyle, stress, and a predisposition genetically. Well, this job, the move to Chicago, the crazy hours I was working on reserve were so grueling. And I mean, granted, there were some fun times, and I went to see a lot of amazing places. I got to do a lot of international, but this was 10 years ago almost, so I'm 10 years older now, and now I have an autoimmune illness. So in the middle of the freezing cold winters here in Chicago, I'm going to be on 24-hour call with only 12 days off a month, which is going to inhibit my quality of life. It's going to hurt it's not going to be good for my illness, and it's not going to be good for my creative endeavors, my other pursuits that I'm doing to earn a living. And so I'm a little frustrated and really overwhelmed. I have not been feeling good these last few days because I think the stress is really getting to me, and my arthritis is flaring, and my feet are hurting, and even yesterday on the airplane, I spilled a drink on a passenger. I forgot to lock the one of the carts, and on landing, everything just blew out of the cart all over the floor. I kept dropping things. The stress is really, really, and that's not like me. I'm a perfectionist, and I always do a great job, and so the stress of this is all really getting on me. And when you're on reserve at an airline, basically, at 12 midnight on the days that I'm on call, I'm on 24-hour call. And at night, I can preference the kind of trips that I want to get. I could say I want international, or I want late check-ins, and instead of early check-ins. But basically, reserves cover trips that are not covered by people calling out sick. And because of all these changes, the company is expecting large amounts of flight attendants to call out sick because they don't want to deal with the changes. A lot of flight attendants went back on reserve that are commuters. A lot of flight attendants that are now using computer-based training on one of the subsidiaries that I fly that was part of the merger. They're super senior, and they're older, and they don't want to learn the system, and it's very stressful for them, so they're worried that maybe they're going to leave, so they need to have this large amount of people on reserve. And all of my other classmates that are my best girlfriends, like Beth and Barbara and all these people, they did not go back on reserve in Newark, and they did not go back on reserve in San Francisco. And I'm so hoping my friends didn't go back on reserve in the bases that they're in, so that kind of smacks too. But I do have my transfer back into Newark. I'm about 200 away, so in the spring when they clear those lists, I'm hoping to get back because I would not be on reserve in Newark. I'm from New Jersey. I love New Jersey. I miss New Jersey, so it wouldn't be the worst case scenario. But but it's still a stressor too, because this job at my stage of my life with my health, it can be really stressful. I make a lot of money in it per hour, but I can't always work the amount of hours that I need to make the huge paycheck that I probably could be getting. So we'll see how that all pans out. But so I've considered looking for another job. I'm also considering retiring. I am eligible to retire. I am 55 years old with 10 years of service. I've been here 11 years, but I have to have 10 full years before I can retire, which means I would not keep my medical benefits, but I would be able to travel free for the rest of my life, me and my partner. So that's kind of fun, and I don't want to give up that perk. So I really don't know where I'm going to go from here. The thought of all of a sudden in a couple weeks, they're going to be able to call me in the middle of the night and ask me to be to work at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just not sure how I'm going to be able to handle that. And they're going to be mixing me international and domestic, which means I'll be doing international one day, domestic another, and you're on two different. If you do one thing consistently, all international flights go out at night, so you're on that schedule. But when you're being worked both ends of the spectrum, it's not really that great for your health, and you get really, really tired. I had pneumonia twice when I was on reserve. Now we do have some more protections in place, which may help us a little bit. So that I'm happy about. But that's just one of the reasons why I haven't done a video, because I haven't had the mindset. I'm just so focused on getting through this kind of tough time at work, moving through and figuring out where I'm going to go next. So I have this really cool yoga mat. I don't know who makes this. I think I got it at Target. And I bring it with me, and I love it because it just fits right in the front of my suitcase. And so I could do yoga wherever I go. I want to talk beauty. Today, you know, I got up this morning and I did my makeup, all Avon, of course. I just love their products. The more I use them, the more I love them. But, and I was just thinking about how when I was younger and a flight attendant, about how aging and beauty kind of go hand in hand. And I was thinking about how, you know, when I was younger, 41, 42, 43, when I was, I think I got this job when I was 43. So I would be on the airplane, and I remember people would stop me, men and women, and be like, oh, you're so beautiful. And, you know, and I mean, I had that a lot out there in the world. And then once you turn 50, even when you're attractive, it's just not the same. It's just so not the same. So the focus is everything I do now, whether I put on makeup or I dress a certain way, you know, I'm doing it for me. And I'm doing it for me because I have to like the way I look in the mirror. I'm not really doing it for anybody else. When you're younger, you're kind of young and dumb. You kind of do a lot of things for a lot of other people, and you care a lot about what other people think. But when you get older, you kind of have the freedom to not worry about what other people think. I think so. You don't care so much. And, you know, the youth is truly wasted on the young, for sure. Because if I could go back and be young and beautiful and have, or attractive, and have the knowledge that I have today, it's really amazing how that can change you. But I want to share with you this kind of totally off-topic thing. All right, I use mason jars as my glasses, right? I use the wide mouth and I use the regular mouth. I love them both. And this is like some Crystal Light, which I shouldn't be drinking because it has like red dye in it. Look at that. But I really craved flavor. I really craved like Kool-Aid this morning. I'm so dehydrated from flying. But I also buy candles either from Yankee, or I get a lot of them from Walmart. I love Walmart. And this is the topper that comes on those candles. So when the candle is done, I freeze the candle and I take out the wax in the bottom, and I use those containers all throughout my house to store things, or I make new candles, or I sell them on eBay. People will buy used jars on eBay because they make candles at home. And then I keep the tops on some of them, because if you have a wide mouth mason jar, these fit on there, and it fits pretty tight. I mean, I wouldn't lift up the jar with this lid, but it fits tight enough that, like, I have cats, and sometimes I'll have water by my bed at night, and the cats are up on the dresser, and it keeps stuff from getting into my water. Or if I have coffee and I'm at my computer and I don't want my coffee to get cold, I just put this right on there like that. So I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted to share that I found these little tiny mason jars. They say ball on them at Walmart. Look how cute. And what I do is when I travel, I'll bring like carrots with me or celery sticks, or if you want to put dressing and you take your lunch to work, it fits in here perfect. It doesn't leak. You could also make little mini candles or put M&Ms in here and give them to kids for Christmas gifts. But are these the cutest little... I love them so much. When I went to Walmart to buy groceries and I found this gorgeous necklace, I found this really nice boyfriend blazer in black. It's fully lined. It had the cool sleeves that kind of are a little bit pushed up. It was made of the same, it's just like a polyester rayon blend. It's great. You could throw it in the washer, in the dryer. And I love the length of it. It comes down a little farther in the back, which is really flattering for, I'm more short-waisted and I have super long legs. So when I wear anything that elongates me, I love it. And so I did a little fashion show, and I am going to show you the outfits that I came up with wearing this black jacket. So okay, on to the fashion show. So here are my the outfits that I made with my black blazer. I'm not the skinniest girl on the block. This is going to be my chubby girl fashion show. I hope you enjoy it, and I had fun putting these outfits together. And I am definitely going to be seeing you next Sunday with another video. so much for tuning in. I just wanted to fill you in on where I am and what's going on. I'm going to be putting up another video this week because I'm going to do a how-to. I love doing how-to videos and sharing with you. So this is just my little coffee chat, and you will be seeing me again this week. And thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe, share, like, and thank you so much for joining me today.